Welcome to welcome to Mathematics 4. So today we are going to calculate the surface area and volume of a cuboid. So let's get started. So to calculate the surface area, we are going to use two methods. Okay, so our first method is going to be surface area will be equals to, you can use this formula, 2 times the base area plus the perimeter of the base times the height. So you can use this method. It's a little bit faster. Okay, so looking at this cuboid, what will be the base? This is our base. So the reason why we have 2 times the base is because the top and the bottom is the same. So we are going to consider this as our base. So we are going to have, we consider the dimension of the base is, we have 5 and 8. So times 2 because the top and the bottom is the same. So we are going to have 2 bracket the area of this base, because we have times 2, right? The area of this base, 5 times 8 plus the perimeter of the base. So the perimeter of the base, the total distance around, so we are going to have 8 plus 5 plus 8 plus 5. So we are going to have 8 plus 5 plus 8 plus 5 close times the height. The height of this cuboid is 10 times 10. So if we simplify this, we are going to have 2 times 40 plus, if we add these together, we are going to have 26. 16 times 10, which is 26. 26 times 10. If we move further, this 2 times 40 will give us 80, plus this will give us 260. So if we add them up, we are going to have 340 centimeter square. So this is the first method. Now the second method is almost practically the same thing, but is more understandable. So looking at the second method, so we need to calculate the surface area. As we said before, we have at the top and the bottom, we have 2 triangles that are the same, so we need to multiply times 2. So we are going to have 2, 8 times 5 plus, now looking at this is a rectangle at the front, so we have this rectangle which is 8 and 10. So the front in front and this rectangle behind are the same, so it's also going to be times 2. 10 and 8. So front and back is the same, so we are going to have 2 bracket 8 times 10. Next we are left with this triangle at the side, so we have this is 10, it means this is 10 as well. So this rectangle here is the same as this rectangle, so we have these 10 and 5 times 2. So we are going to have 2 bracket, don't forget you are adding them up. Okay, then we are going to have 5 times 10. So this will still give us 40 plus 2, this will give us 80, plus this will give us 2 times 50. So this will be 80, this will be 160, this will be 100. So if we add them up, 260 plus 80 will give us 340. So we are going to have 340 centimeter square. Next we are going to calculate the volume. So the volume, we can use length times width times height as our formula. So the formula of volume, if we substitute the value, so this is the length, this is the width, and this is the height. So we are going to have the length 8 times 5 times the height is 10. So if we multiply them together, this is 40 times 10 is 400. We are going to have 400 centimeter cube. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe. Hello everyone, welcome once more to Mathematics Pro. So today we are going to calculate the volume and the surface area of a triangular prism. So let's get started. So normally there are various methods, but I'm going to use the easiest one and the most accurate. Okay, so our first question is to calculate the volume of this triangular prism. So looking at this triangular prism, right, the general formula to calculate volume for prism, so volume is equals to the base area times the height. So we need to look for the area of the base. So, and the base of a prism are identical, so we have two identical bases for each prism. So you can see that this part up here, this triangle, and this triangle down are identical, so this represents the base of the prism. So we are going to look for the area of the base. So if we look at the base, we have a triangle, so base area. Now what is the area of a triangle? The formula of area of a triangle is equal to half base times height. So this is the formula of area of a triangle, half base times height. Now looking at this triangle, what is going to be the base? Actually, of course, the base will be 6, and the height is not going to be 10. You can see the perpendicular height is 8. So the base is 6 and the height is 8. So let's look for the area of the base. So if we move further, we are going to have 1/2 bracket the base length is 6 times the height is 8. We can simplify these. 2 and 6 is 3. So the base area will give us 24. So we are going to have 24. So now we have the base area, so it's easier for us to calculate the volume. So the volume will be equals to base area times height, base area times height, which is 24 times the height is 12. So if we multiply these two together, we are going to have 288 centimeters square. And one important point I want you to remember is that when you're calculating the volume, you only consider one base, not both of them, just one. Okay, so let's move to the next question, which is to calculate the surface area. Now to calculate the surface area, there are so many ways, various methods of doing it, but as for me, I'm going to use this formula. Surface area will be equals to, looking at this, why the surface area involves the area of all the faces of this prism. So we have how many triangles? Two triangles. So I'm going to say 2 times the base area. Don't forget that this triangle represents the base, plus we can see that this, if we look at the area of this side, because we need to look for area of all the side, the height will be 12. If we look at the area of this other side, the height will be 12. So the fastest way of doing it is what? You use perimeter of the base. Perimeter of the base. So we are going to have the perimeter of the base times the height. Times the height. times the height. Again, because if we need to look for the area of this, as I said, you can see that the height will remain 12. The area of this, the same, the height will be 12, and the area of this other part, we're going to have 8 times 12. But doing it using this formula is faster and more accurate. So surface area will be equals to, we calculated the base area before of one base, it gave us 24. This is it. But here in this case it's 2 times because we have 2 triangles. So we are going to have 2 bracket 24 plus the perimeter of the base. So we are going to have 8 plus 6 plus 10 bracket 8 plus 6 plus 10 times the height the height of the prism, so times the height, which is 12 times 12. So if we multiply these, we are going to have 48 plus, if we add all of these together, we are going to have 24 times 12. So this will be 48 plus 24 times 12 will give us 288. So if we add them up together, we are going to have 336 centimeter square for the surface area. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe. Hello everyone, welcome once more to Mathematics Pro. So today we are going to calculate the volume and surface area of this compound prism. So let's get started. So we know that the formula to calculate volume of a prism, volume is equals to the base area times the height. So, and also for prism, the base, we should have 2 identical base. So the base are the face that are identical. So we have this and the bottom will be identical. So this represent the base of this prism. So if we want to calculate the area, because we need to calculate the area of the base times the height. So let's calculate the base area first. So looking at this prism, so this dimension here is 6. So we have 6 centimeter and the width here is 7 centimeter. Then this part that has been cut, so we have 2 centimeter here, and also we have 5 centimeter. So when we always cut something, we minus, we subtract. So we are going to look at the area of this rectangle. So we are going to look at the area of this rectangle minus the area of this part that has been cut. So the formula of area of a rectangle is length times width. So the base area will be equals to, we are going to have 6 times 7 to this area minus this one that has been cut, 2 times 5. So if we multiply these together, 6 times 7 minus 6 times 7 will give us 42. So we are going to have 42 minus 10. So if we subtract this, we are going to have 32. So this is our base area. So we can move further to calculate, normally is in centimeter square. We can move further to calculate the volume. So volume is base area times the height. Now, what is the height of this prism? This is the height. That is why we can see here is 3 centimeter. 3 centimeter, 3 centimeter, and 3 centimeter. So this 3 centimeter represent the height of this prism. So if we move further, volume will be equals to 32 centimeter times 3. So our volume will be equals to 96 centimeter cube. So this is our volume. Next, to move further with the surface area. So before we start with the surface area, let us not forget that the area of one of the base is 32 centimeter. So let's continue with surface area. So as I said earlier, all prism must have a base face that is identical. So if we look here, we have this face, have two faces that are identical. So we have this face and this other face, so they're identical. We can also say they are concurrent. So it means we have two bases. Because the surface area, we need to calculate the area of all the faces. Okay, so the best formula to use to calculate this for accuracy, we can use surface area will be equals to base area. We said that this is our base area, so there are two of them, so we are going to have 2 times the base area plus, so plus the perimeter of the base. You need to add all of this side times the perimeter of the, plus the perimeter of the base. You need to add all of it times the height. So next is perimeter of the base times the height. So this is the formula we are going to use. So if we want to use this formula, if we move further, we can say our surface area to bracket, we have calculated the base area already, no need, this is it. We had 32, so we can say 2 times 32 plus the perimeter of the base. So we are going to start with 6, so plus this side 6 plus perimeter is the sum of all of the side. 6, if this side is 7, implies this is 7 as well. 6 plus 7, take it, plus this other section plus 2 plus 5 plus 2 plus this section will be 5 as well, plus 2, and lastly plus 7 times the height, which is 3. So this will give, if we want to simplify all of it, if we add all of this, is going to give us 36. So we are going to have 64. 2 times 36 is 64 plus all of this will give us 2 times 32 is 64. All of this will give us 36. So we are going to have 36 bracket times 3. So if we move further, we are going to have 64 plus 108. If we add them up, we are going to have 172 centimeters square. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Hello everyone, welcome once more to Mathematics Pro. So today we are going to calculate the volume and the surface area of this T-shaped prism. So let's get started. So we have this prism. Now the formula to calculate the volume of a prism, volume is the base area times the height. Now what is the base area? So to identify the base area, you should know that a prism have two faces that are the same. So this face and the other one at the bottom is the same. So this will be considered the base of the prism. Now we need to calculate the base area of one of the base times the height. So let's calculate the base area. So to calculate this base area, so since this is in the form of a T shape, we can separate this into two so that we are going to have two rectangles. So our first rectangle, we are going to have 12 centimeter by 4 centimeter. So the area of this rectangle, so if we focus with our base area, so we are going to have 12 times 4 plus this other section, we have 15 and 4. So this is our rectangle. So we are also going to have 15 times 4. So this is our base area. So if we multiply them together, 12 times 4 will give us 48 plus 15 times 4 will give us 60. So if we add them together, our base area will be equals to 108. So this is the base area, 108 centimeters square. So, but our question is to calculate the volume. So the volume, again, which is equals to the base area times the height. Now what is the height of this prism? So this is the height of the prism. So we can see that the height of this prism is 5 centimeter. So this implies our volume will be equals to base area, which gave us 108 times the height. The height is 5. So if we multiply this together, 108 times 5 will give us 540 centimeter cube. So that's it. So let's move to the next question, which is the surface area. Now before we go to the surface area, we should not forget our base area is 108 because we are still going to use it. So next, the surface area. So to calculate the surface area, at times it seems a little bit complicated, but the best formula so far, if you don't want to make any mistake, the surface area will be equals to base area plus the perimeter of the base times the height. Base area times the perimeter of the base times the height. We already know that our base area, let me just go, since we have two bases, surface area involve the area of all the body, meaning the area of this plus the area of this plus this plus this plus this. So it's kind of complicated. So the best thing to do is to use the formula. So we have base area. We all know that like this side and this side is the same under. So we are going to have 2 times the base area plus the perimeter of the base times the height. So if we continue with that, we are going to have, it's going to be long, our surface area will be equal to 2 times the base area, because I said we have two sides, one and the one under. So we are going to have 2 times our base area gave us, this is it, our base area gave us 108, 2 times 108 plus, now let's look at the perimeter of the base. Okay, so let's look at the perimeter of the base. So if we want to look at the perimeter of the base, let's write all the value. If this is 4, this is 4 centimeter as well. And here we have 3, this is 3 centimeter as well. And here 15, so here is also 15 centimeter. Okay, so now we can look for the perimeter of the base. Let us not forget the perimeter is the sum of all the length or all the edges. So, to have the perimeter, we're going to add all of these. So we are going to have 12 plus 4 plus 3 plus 15 plus 4 plus 15 plus 3 plus 4 times the height. So the height of this prism is 5 times the height. If we add all this together, it's going to give us 60. So we are going to have, if we add all of these together, yes, it will give us 60. So to move further, 2 times 108 will give us 216. Plus, if we add all of these, it will give us 60. And 60 times 5, 60 times 5 is 300. So if we add all of this together, 216 plus 300 will give us 516 centimeter square. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe. Hello everyone. Welcome once more to Mathematics Pro. So today we are going to calculate the volume and the surface area of this plus prism. So let's get started. Initially, the formula for volume is base area times the height. So firstly, we need to identify the base, right? The base is the shape that is identical. So it's the flat shape that is identical. So we can see that this front and this behind will be the same. So the flat shape in front and behind will be the same. So this is going to be our base. So this is where we are going to calculate the base area. Then we multiply it times the height. So the height of this prism is 12. So this distance is 12. It's 12 everywhere. So this is the height. So let's start by calculating the base area. So if we want to calculate the base area, the only thing that we can do is to separate this flat shape that is in the form of a plus into 3 rectangles. So I'm going to separate these. So here we have 3 rectangles. Now that we have 3 rectangles, so if here is 3, here is 3, and here we have 2, and we also have another 2 here. So this will give us 6. So the area of this will be 18. This will be 6, right? So this is 6 and this is 3. So the area of our first rectangle will be equals to 18. So we are going to have 18 centimeters square. And this other one, we have, if this is 2, here is 2 as well. So the area of the second one will also give us 4 centimeters square. Here we also have 4 centimeters square. So if we add the base area, we are going to have 18 plus 4, that will give us 22, plus 4 will give us 26. So our base area is equals to 26 centimeter square. So with this we can calculate the volume. So the volume itself, which is equals to base area times the height. So now that we have the base area, which is 26 centimeters square, times the height is 12 centimeter. So if we multiply this, we are going to have 26 times 12 will give us 312. So the volume will be in cubic units, so centimeter cube. So now next, let us calculate the surface area. So for the formula of surface area, now before we even go further to calculate the surface area, let us not forget that our base area is 26 because we are going to use it here as well. So 26. So surface area is equals to, so you can use this formula when calculate the surface area of prism. All prism you can use this formula, 2 times the base area plus the perimeter of the base times the height. So we have the base area already. So next we are going to calculate. So next we are going to calculate the perimeter of the base, then we multiply times the height. So surface area again is equals to 2 times the base area plus perimeter of the base times the height. So we have the base area already, so we are going to have 2 times 26, which will give us 52. So our base area will give us 52 plus, now let us look at the perimeter of the base. In order to calculate the perimeter of the base, we need to write all the dimensions. So here is 3. If we have 2, it means here is 2. Then here is 2. Then we also have 2 here as well. You have to be careful when you're calculating the perimeter. Here we have 2 already. And we also need another 2 here. So now I think then here as well, we need to have 2 here. And 2 here as well. Okay, because the perimeter is the total distance around. So we are going to start with the perimeter. So I'm going to put the perimeter in the bracket since it's going to be long. So we are going to start, we can start with 3. So we're going to start with this 3. So we have 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus this 2, because you have to be careful, you can draw a line. 3 plus 2 plus this 2 plus this 2 plus this other 2 plus this 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. So this is what we have for the perimeter times the height. The height is 12. Okay, so we need to add all of these. Welcome to Mathematics Pro. So today we are going to calculate the volume and surface area of a staircase pyramid. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to do in this type of question is to identify the base area. So for prism, all prisms have identical base. So this base here is the same as the base here. So this implies this is our base. So to calculate the volume, volume is base area times the height. So let us calculate the base area first. So to calculate the base area, we can separate these into 3 rectangles. So our first rectangle, we have the dimension 2 and 6. So that is what we have here, 2 and 6. So 2 times 6 is 12. Then this one here, we have 2, here is 3 plus 1 is 4. So our rectangle will be 3 and 4. So if we have 2 and 4, sorry. So our rectangle here, so the area here is 4. So we are going to have 8. And lastly, the last rectangle, will be equals to 1 and 3. So 1 and 3. So that will give us 3. 1 times 3 is 3. So we need to add them up to get the base area. So the base area will be equals to, if we add 12 plus 8 is 20. We have 23. So the base area is 23. So let's go back to our formula. Volume is base area times the height. So the volume is equals to the base area. The base area is 23 times the height. Now to identify if this is the base area, so this will be the height of the prism. This is 10. You can see this is the height. So we have 10. 10 is the height of the prism. So here will be 10. If we multiply it together, we are going to have 230 centimeter cube. So this is the volume. So let us continue with the surface area. So for surface area, for the surface area, we can use this formula. Base area, we can write 2. There are 2 bases. 2 times the base area, perimeter of the base, times the height of the prism. So we calculated the base area. So the base area gave us 23 already. So no need to calculate it anymore. So we have our base area is 23. So what we need to do is to calculate the perimeter of the base, because we know the height. So we need to calculate the perimeter of the base. The perimeter is the total distance around. So calculating the perimeter of the base, so we can see here we have 6, this is it, 2, and we have another 2 here, and here is 3, and we have 7. So we need to add all of these to get the perimeter. So the perimeter, if we add it, we are going to have 6 plus 3, plus 2, be very careful. 6 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1 and plus 7. Okay, so the perimeter is the total distance around. 6 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1 and plus 7. So we have the perimeter. So if we add this up, this will give us 10. And if we add this and this will give us 10 as well. We'll be left with 5 plus 1, which is 6. So if we add them up, we are going to have the perimeter is 26. So now we have all what is needed to calculate the surface area. Surface area is equals to 2 times the base area plus perimeter of the base times the height. So this will be 2 times 23 plus perimeter of the base gave us 26 times the height. The height is 10. So if we multiply this, we are going to have 46 plus 260. So if we add them up, we are going to have 306. So this will give us 306 centimeters square. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Welcome on Smart to Mathematics Pro. So today we are going to calculate the height of a cuboid given the volume. So let's get started. So we have this cuboid and we have been given the length. So the length is known, so this is our length, this is the width, and this is the height. So but we are asked to calculate the height and they gave us the volume. So initially the formula of volume is length times width times height. This is the formula of volume of a cuboid. So we just simply substitute the known values. So we have the volume, which is 480, should be equals to, they give us the length, which is 8, times they give us the width, which is 6, times h. So we are going to have 480. If we multiply 8 times 6 will give us 48h. So if we want to calculate h, so just like this in linear equation, so to get the value of h we need to divide by the coefficient of h, which is 48. So h will be equals to 480 divided by 48. So if we simplify this, we are going to have h will be equals to 10 centimeter. Then you can as well check your answer if you want. To check the answer, we know that volume is length times width times height. So we have the height already. So if we have 6 times 8 times 10, this will give us the volume, 480 centimeter cube. So our answer is correct. So the answer for the volume, is, the answer of the height, sorry, is 10 centimeter. Thanks for watching. Hello, welcome once more to Mathematics Pro. So today we are going to calculate the volume of a hollow cuboid. So looking at this hollow cuboid, we can see that there is some space inside here. So there's an empty space in the form of a cuboid, and here you can put like liquid or water. So let us look how to calculate the volume of this hollow cuboid. Okay, so we are going to consider two methods of solving this problem. So the first one is going to be the volume. V will be equals to the base area times the height. So you can use the base area. So this will represent our base area and this will be the height. We can use the base area times the height. So if we look at the base, we have two rectangles. So draw the base. Okay, so let us write the dimension. So if we look here, we have 8 centimeter, and this will give us 6 centimeter. And inside, which is an empty space, we are going to have 4 centimeter and 2 centimeter. So if we want to calculate the base area, so the base area will be the area of the big rectangle, which is 8 times 6 minus the area of the smaller rectangle, which is 4 times 2. So 8 times 6 will give us 48 minus 8. 4 times 2 is 8. If we subtract it, we are going to have 40. So now we have the base area, which is 40 centimeters square. So to calculate our volume, we said that the volume is equals to the base area times the height. So now we know the base area, which is 40. So we are going to have volume will be equals to 40 times the height. So the height of this hollow cuboid is 10. So times 10. So if we multiply it, we are going to have 400 centimeter cube. So that's it. So this is the first method. So let us look at the second method. So for the second method, we can say we can use the volume of the hollow cylinder will be equal to the volume of the big cuboid minus the volume of the smaller one, or the cuboid inside. So to do that, we know that volume is equal to also length times width times height minus length times width times height. So if we consider the big cuboid, so we are going to have our dimension for the big one. So we are going to have the length times the width times the height. We are going to have 8 times 6 times 10 minus the cuboid in internal, so the one that will be subtracted, or the one that is in the form of a hole. We are going to have length times width times height, so which is the same as 4 times 2. The height remains the same, which is 10. So if we multiply this, we are going to have 480. 8 times 6 times 10 is 480, minus 4 times 2 times 10 will give us 80. So our answer will still be the same as 400 centimeter cube. So this is the volume. Thanks for watching. Please, for more video, make sure you subscribe.